Every team has its weakness, and every team has its strength. There's no backward and no forward, no day other than this. You fill your card as you go, and that's that. Imagining something is better than remembering something. Smile at strangers, and you just might change your life. Sed nescio quomodo nihil tam absurdici potest quod non dicator ab aliquo filis forum. It isn't where you came from, it's where you're going that counts. If my answers frighten you, then you should cease asking scary questions. It's a lie to think you're not good enough. It's a lie to think you're not worth anything. The desire to die was my one and only concern. To it I have sacrificed everything, even death. It is better moving up to your goal and falling than not falling doing nothing. Life is an intricate play with actors waiting for an explanation. Each added act confers a new interpretation of the story. Success is knowing your purpose in life, growing to reach your maximum potential, and sowing seeds that benefit others. A thing can be true and still be desperate folly. Hazel. Commitment can open the invisible doors of success. No dirt can touch me. Like an ocean, everything that comes to me becomes clean. You don't have a soul. You are a soul. You have a body. If you reveal your secrets to the wind, you should not blame the wind for revealing them to the trees. I attribute my success to this. I never gave or took any excuse. The illiterate is not the one who has never gone to school, but the illiterate is the one who never tries to learn something by himself. We can see when others are trying to destroy us, but we choose to let karma deal with them accordingly. This, the language of deception, we both understand. We were born to it, along with the curses. Success is something you experience when you act accordingly. Success is not something you have, it's something you do. Others have seen what is and asked why. I have seen what could be and asked why not. Compromise brings harmony to both, happiness to none. Happiness was but the occasional episode in a general drama of pain. Because sometimes people who seem good end up being not as good as you might have hoped. I've often mused over the idea that madness is actually a sane reaction to an insane world. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you odd. Being kind is the greatest thing that costs nothing, but it is everything to the person who receives it. Everything in life is speaking in spite of its apparent silence. I'd found out that if you push people away hard enough, they tended to go. And the truth must finally lie in that which every oppressed individual feels within himself but hasn't the courage to express. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Miss Abbott, don't worry over me. Some people are born not to do things. I'm one of them. With an eye made quiet by the power of harmony and the deep power of joy, we see into the life of things. Discussion is impossible with someone who claims not to seek the truth, but already to possess it. Take the first step, no more, no less, and the next will be revealed. A miracle is often the willingness to see the common in an uncommon way. Who you are tomorrow begins with what you do today. Everyone makes mistake type of mistake gives the perspective of seriousness. They blossomed. They did not talk about blossoming. Prepare yourself for success. You have to see it coming to get there. The most important thing is this, to sacrifice what you are now for what you can become tomorrow. He who cannot obey himself will be commanded. That is the nature of living creatures. Action springs not from thought, but from a readiness for responsibility. Sometimes I can hear my bones straining under the weight of all the lives I'm not living. Most people gaze neither into the past nor the future. They explore neither truth nor lies. They gaze at the television. Those who make conversations impossible make escalation inevitable. Embrace what life gives you, for even the unexpected can hold hidden blessings and opportunities. Hold yourself back, or heal yourself back together. You decide. I read somewhere how important it is in life not necessarily to be strong, but to feel strong, to measure yourself at least once. When we're connected to others, we become better people. Wisdom is knowing I am nothing. Love is knowing I am everything. In between the two, my life moves. A kind gesture can reach a wound that only compassion can heal. Take note of how people treat you after you say no to their demands. There is no respectful way to deliver a truth, Peter Ojo. We all have the beast in us, Bill, and it is up to us to control it. For me, it is far better to grasp the universe as it really is than to persist in delusion, however satisfying and reassuring. Having the best doesn't make you the best, but producing the best makes you the best. When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. A man must wage war on himself to defeat his weaknesses and conquer his strengths. Find the things that matter, and hold on to them, and fight for them, and refuse to let them go. People aren't born good or bad. Maybe they're born with tendencies either way, but it's the way you live your life that matters. Capabilities are clearly manifested only when they have been realized. Real courage is when you know you're licked before you begin, but you begin anyway and see it through no matter what. The terrible thing about the quest for truth is that you find it. All shall be done, but it may be harder than you think. The one ironclad rule is that I have to try. I have to walk into my writing room and pick up my pen every weekday morning. Aim for the moon. If you miss, you may hit a star. If you spend your life sparing people's feelings and feeding their vanity, you get so you can't distinguish what should be respected in them. It is your responsibility to find fault with me. It is mine to hear you out. But don't expect me to change. Life is a drama full of tragedy and comedy. You should learn to enjoy the comic episodes a little more. Keep working hard, and you can get anything that you want. If you're reading this, congratulations, you're alive. If that's not something to smile about, then I don't know what is. First, you jump off the cliff and build your wings on the way down. Plant your tiny seeds and keep watering them every day. Soon, they'll grow. The mind is everything. What you think you become. Of all creatures that breathe and move upon the earth, nothing is bred that is weaker than man. One of the most healing things you can do is recognize where in your life you are your own poison. Your tomorrow depends entirely on what you do today. Best friends are treasures. Hug them for their caring. Applaud their accomplishments. Laugh with them gratefully. Learn to live deeply and realize that all experiences, good or bad, are transient and opportunities for liberation. Light must come from inside. You cannot ask the darkness to leave you. You must turn on the light. Our soul wounds took time to show themselves, and they will take time to heal. And healing requires compassion. Gratitude is a sign of maturity. Where there is appreciation, there is also courtesy and concern for the rights and property of others. I will not deny, but that the best apology against false accusers is silence and sufferance, and honest deeds said against dishonest words. When surrounded by darkness, your only duty is to shine. Most of what matters in our lives takes place in our absence. You don't have the right to complain about your life if you're not willing to change it. Perfection of character is this: to live each day as if it were your last, without frenzy, without apathy, without pretense. There is but one true philosophical problem, and that is suicide. The stupid neither forgive nor forget. The naive forgive and forget. The wise forgive but do not forget. Never say that I have taken it, only that I have given it back. To become a lifelong reader, one has to do a lot of varied and interesting reading. Follow your bliss, and the universe will open doors for you where there were only walls. Failure always stands in our way, but we have to move forward without any fear. That's the way success comes. Hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard. A man's concern, even his despair, over the worthwhileness of life is an existential distress, but by no means a mental disease. She will always wear her crown, regardless of the hate. Look at the sky tonight. All the stars have a reason.